Hello, everyone. Let's talk about the day, and let's make it quick. So, it all started with a really interesting dream I had last night where I was walking into the room, the den in the house I live in, and there was this duck cat hybrid walking past me. It had the body of a black cat, but the head of like a white duck, and looked at me and then just kept on walking naturally. And then I saw what looked to be a duck body with a head of a black cat. And I think the duck body was like, multicolored duck. And the both just like looked at each other and then they decided to hop on top of the couch. And I decided to take a picture of them. And I originally was doing it with one hand, but then I was having difficulty keeping my balance of the image, so I held it with both of my hands to keep the image steady and took a picture. And the weird thing was, in the dream, I remember the picture that I took showed the duck and cat hybrids as just regular black cats in the picture, whereas in the reality of the dream, they were the hybrids. It was very odd. Then I remember I was like at work helping taking out the trash, but then I decided to go into a car driven by my mom, and my sister was there too. And then I remembered, oh yeah, I want to get a bigger name tag because I can't find my old name tag. And then I was told by my mom, the name tag was there on your chest this whole time. And I looked at her like, oh, and so it is. So she dropped me off and I decided to get out. But it was like on the curb of the store location. It wasn't in the parking lot, which I thought was kind of weird. And then I walked back to the store. And those were the two most vivid things I remember from my dream last night. Very odd. And then I was woken up by my mom. She made breakfast for me, her, and our family friend. We all had bacon and eggs on sourdough toast, and that was really good. I need to use the restroom after that. And then when I came back, there was jelly and butter on sourdough, and we had that. And then we were trying to figure out how a buzzsaw was working outside. And over there, in the outside, there was a neighbor who wanted to help us out with the with putting it all together. And they decided to bring their saw in, but they walked in and decided to do it without really us saying anything. And then there was another neighbor who noticed we were struggling, and then that neighbor decided to take the saw apart, tighten the screws up, and then put it back together again. And the saw, like the blade was loose, really loose, but then after the neighbor did the work, the saw was much tighter and more, less wobbly. So that was very cool. And we used it to cut boards to build a more encased trash can holder. And it ended up being a really long, thing to get done, but we were able to get some boards in, and we're going to get some more done in the near future. After all that, I remember I decided to make some mac and cheese. It was the Cheeto mac and cheese I was making, and I put together the recipe from the box, and I even changed it from milk to half and half for the liquid being poured into. And I describe it as like if you put Cheeto dust in regular mac and cheese, that's kind of what it tastes like. It has an aftertaste of like Cheeto dust, which is interesting. My sister really liked it. My mom really liked it, and I thought it was pretty good too. I also had a twist up soda to go along with it, and some grapes that my sister was sharing. So that was nice. Then I took a little bit of time to help plug in a extension cord for my mom, and then put together the edge grass cutter, and yeah, I was ready to go. And then I brought the gas powered lawnmower in the back, and then it was time for me to get ready for work. So I took a shower, I got dressed, I left. I told my mom and sister that I love them very much, and I drove home. Sorry, not home, to work. And when I arrived at work, it was a pretty standard day. Lots of bagging, lots of sweeping, lots of checking restrooms, lots of punching in. Any interesting customer interactions? I can't think of any. So, my break basically consisted of me going to a nearby location to get my water filled, restaurant, and then doing some breath work before returning to work. And then my lunch break, I went to a fast food place to eat because I felt like I wanted to have something different this time around. And yeah, it was good, but it was a little expensive. Maybe not that good. And then after that, yeah, I took out all the trash. I filled in the bags. I cleared lot. My coworker brought in the carts and signs, which I was very grateful for. I closed the produce blinds. I swept produce real good before leaving. And then I wiped down all the check stands, and it was all good. I had this fun idea with a coworker who only shows up late when everyone's left, and I said, hey, how about we have a bake-off where we see who makes the best cookies and sells them, and whoever sells the most wins. And maybe we could have like a little stand right outside of the store we work at. And I'm like, that's pretty funny. Is what the coworker said, and they seemed like they were like, thought it would be a cool idea. So yeah, we'll see. And then it was time to go, so I punched out. I said goodbye to my manager, my coworker. I went in my car, drove off. When I arrived, I had some pineapple juice and some what do you call that? Oh yeah, a Kit Kat ice cream cone. And then I watched a hour and 18-minute long documentary about Steven Hillenburg, and it was a really good documentary. I really enjoyed it, and inspired me to do a little animatic of my own. So I threw together this quick little animatic that took me like an hour to put together. It's on my YouTube channel right now. It's like 48 seconds long. It's not perfect, but you know, it's human made, and in an era where things are getting increasingly AI, it's nice to put something out that was like made with my own two hands instead of a computer. So that's cool. And then I was like, ooh, I'm getting sleepy, so I better make something quick and release it. So here you go. That's the video for the day, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.